When did you come in contact with the darkest side of humanity? When I was 19, my ex-boyfriend ambushed me in a parking lot in my small hometown as I was unlocking my car. He socked me twice and told me it was in my best interest to go with him. And out of fear, I decided to just comply. The worst part was that it was broad daylight and there were other people in the parking lot. I saw them look at me, but nobody came to help. He drove me for over 2 hours until we finally arrived at his house, where he brought me inside. He proceeded to tie me to a chair, and I watched as he had a psychotic breakdown about what we could have been and how I did this to him. He stabbed himself 3 times and me 27 times. And every time he drew red from either of us, he'd tell me this was my fault. He'd sit there and interrogate me right after, asking me what my current boyfriend had that he didn't. He ended up using the red he drew from me to write our names, followed by a love heart on his wall. After 4 hours, he stopped what he was doing, and I watched him have another psychotic breakdown in front of me. He fled his house and left me tied up after it. And I sat there for at least another hour before I started trying to break free. I ended up surviving that day, but sadly I think that's the worst thing that could have happened to me. You see, during those 4 hours, I refused to react to anything he did to me and refused to speak to him. I just sat there and took everything. I knew he wanted to cause me pain, so I found a way to completely disassociate myself. Unfortunately, the dissociation never left, even after it was all over. I lost all ability to feel and connect. It's almost like my brain shut off all my emotions in an attempt to survive. I had to break up with my boyfriend, and when I was faced in court with the man who did this, I showed such little emotion that his lawyer's entire argument was that no woman who has gone through what I did would ever be so composed. He ended up getting charged with a misdemeanor, but I didn't even care.